friends, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about strategies, DLLM strategies. I've previously done a video on how to get started into DLLM, and a couple of you guys had questions on what's the best strategies, etc. I thought I'd do a video explaining the different strategies because there's quite a lot of information out there on the internet, and yeah, I'll tell you my personal strategy, what I done, and some of the safer strategies that you can deploy. Per usual guys, nothing is financial advice in my videos, and also all the links will be in the description. Let's get started. These are what I want to cover. Why is strategy important? Understanding Meteor, plan your own strategy, the best and safest strategy, the in and out strategy, which I personally used, mid-cap multi-day strategy, ultimate resource, and just my personal strategy and what I personally do currently. I just want to show you two wallets here. We got LP Agent open here. It's a free resource you can use. It's Etherscan or SolScan, but for DLLM positions. You can put any wallet in here and you can check their stats. You don't need to make an account, but if you do make an account, you can save wallets, which I've done. I'll leave my link in the description. Here you can see this person, he's constantly been making good returns. Lately he's been a bit slow, but as you can see, he does quite big positions. This is what he average puts into a position, and that's his win rate, etc. Now you can see he's got two positions open. They're very small, they're quite small. Maybe he's just doing some tests. They're small compared to what he relatively does, maybe because these are very risky coins, etc. The main thing to analyze is what type of pools that he does. Typically the people that put large amounts in, they're doing older coins, either it's USDC or Fartcoin, etc. Like coins that have been out for 6 months, a few months, and then they go very small in risky coins, like coins that are like less than 1 day old, etc. The reason why I show you these wallets is to show you can take ideas from them and trying to find your own style out of these. Ideally you probably want to find wallets that are like much older. This one's only closed 177 position. I've seen ones that have closed like thousands of position, but they will still give you an idea, their win rate, etc., their size, what size they go into, what kind of strategy that they use in terms of sport, curve, etc. Here you can see he's done a curve one, and there he's got his funds here. He's done, yeah, it's technical, but you can get some ideas from this. And then because it's not your wallet, you can't actually go and meet, but pretty much all the information here he would be able to see it in me as well. So you can see here this guy, he does quite a few of the same coin, and then he moves on. You can see here now he's doing this coin. Previously he's done this coin, and he puts between, what's his average size, 3.2 sol. That's his average size that he puts in, and then eats a little bit. As you can see, 3% here, 50% here. He's quite a degen one. These are coins that launched just today, like a few hours ago. So you can see that he goes in and out. This is the strategy I personally have done as well. It's a very risky strategy. You need to be online all the time for it, but it could be quite lucrative. Those are just some wallets I want to show you. Next up, I want to explain to you the Meteora strategy, not strategy, but explaining Meteora properly, because I think in my first video I glossed over it quite fast, and people were asking me what they mean. When you go open a position, it will ask you, do you want spot, curve, or bid ask? I've got an example coin here. This coin called Alon. It's quite old. I believe it's about the founder of Pump Fund, and there's three strategies here. You can see here, personally, what I would say, if you're just getting started and what you want to do is just do sol sided only, that would mean that you just give Solana and you don't actually have to buy the other coin. I would say the safest strategy would be to do a bid ask, and do a bid ask and just do Solana. Keep this autofill unchecked. What that would mean is, as the price goes down, more of your Solana will be converted. If the price doesn't go down, let's say it just pumps after you make the position, all you do is withdraw the Solana and you can make a new position. You haven't lost anything. That's why I like this strategy, because it's very safe. And then as the coin goes down, you want it to go down, and as it goes down, more of your Solana gets bought, and on a little pump you would just be profitable because more of your Solana has been at a lower price. Now if it goes down more, then you want to think about cutting your positions, etc. But when you're doing these risky type coins, the idea is you're making much in fees that it negates the price coming down. And it's happened to me multiple times. Price has gone down like 30-40%, but I'm still profitable because I've done these strategies. That's another. And then the other thing you can do, I've seen a really good guy, a wallet I follow, what he does is he does this but multiple times. He'll add a position here, then from here he'll add another position. As the price going down, it'll eat into his sol, and the minute it pumps, he'll be in a lot of profit because he's done few of these. But that's a bit advanced. I would say for now, just stick to bid ask, sol only, and do this. If you're not sure what strategy you should use, then usually the best is just spot, because it's just what it would do in a per price bin. It would just add a equal amount of sol. And then curve is probably the riskiest one. That would mean the opposite of the first one I told you. If you know a coin is going to be at the current price for a little bit, then you want to do this, because most of your sol would be at the current price. And then the more down it goes, you have less sol. This is the riskiest one. In my opinion, you want to do bid. Let's say, for example, right now, the coin is 40992. We can see the price here. Yeah, right now it's around 4092. Yeah, if I done the initial bid ask one, this strategy, what that would mean, as the price is coming down, more of my Solana would be converted to the coin. Then when it pumps, I would want to sell it or accumulate my profits and then maybe re-enter, etc. But that's the idea of that specific strategy, and that's why it's the safest, because more of your Solana is at the bottom price. And here you can see also, maybe I got the wrong wallet connected, but it's saying insufficient, but that's fine. Here you can see I'm covering a price 40 about 50% down. If you see here, it's 50% down of the current price. That would mean I'm covering until 467. Yeah, I would cover until here 467, around here. Yeah, what you can do on GMGN, you can just add a line or something, and so you can just watch it here, and then as it's ranging within your range, you're just accumulating fees. Hope that adds more light to the strategies in Meteor. This is just to expand upon what I mentioned in the last video. Ideally, you want to try different strategies. At the end, I'm going to give you a link where you can see different strategies that other people do and how to do it. But when it comes to analyzing other people's wallet or other people's strategy, one thing you can do is use this tool, LP Agent or Geeklad. There's this tool called Geeklad here. Let's say, for example, you find a wallet or someone tweets out a wallet, or you get it from a chat, etc., and you want to see how good they are, if you want to follow their strategy, etc. LP Agent, which I just showed you, and then there's Geeklad as well, is a free tool, and you just put the address in here and it will give you all the stats. Here you can see this person, he's made 51k total USD profit. It's still loading, the details are not complete, but this is another tool you can use to check other people, how successful they are, if they're successful at all. And then next up, I want to show the best safest strategy. I've gone over this. The best one is bid ask. All you do is put Solana, start very small. You want to put 0.01 or whatever you're comfortable losing, and then go from there. Next up, I want to talk about in and out strategies. In and out strategy is, I think, is coined by this guy called Mythical Potato. He's quite good. You want to follow him, and he's one of the main guys in the LP army, and he gives calls out on the LP army Discord. There's a channel called DLLM, and this guy's amazing. I think he's one of the best in my opinion. And he talks about this in and out strategy, and what is the new coins that launch, you provide liquidity for them, but he talks about how he actually screens them, and I believe it's quite profitable. I haven't got his actual wallet, etc., but seeing his P&Ls, profit and losses, he seems to be doing very well. This is one strategy if you're going to go very risk on, or you want to play with small amounts to learn it. I've personally done this as well. It is quite successful, but you got to be on the ball. You got to be in front of the screen, because you're playing with coins that are very new. He does call some of the best coins, as in the safest coins, but even then there's no guarantee of any coins. You don't want to go too big in any of these coins. That's one of the strategies. And then there's another strategy called, another strategy is mid-cap multi-day. These are like slightly bigger coins. You can call it stuff like fart coin or bigger memes, maybe like something like Popcat. Bigger coins that have volume, that are not going to rug, most likely, and you can go a bit bigger in them. The fees are a bit lower, but the fees are enough for it to be worth it for you. And here there's a thread here. He talks about how he does it. I'm not going to go through the full thread. I'll leave the links in the description. But also what you can do, there's actually a channel in LP Army. It's called multi-day or mid-cap, something like that, and it's about the more of a meme coin type ones, but the ones that have lasted like 2-3 days. Recently we saw Gork do really well in fees. There was a few coins useless that ran for like few days, etc. Those coins also could be classified as like the mid-cap multi-day strategy. The strategy would be the same. You do bid ask, and don't do the other ones unless you're comfortable, you know what you're doing. You want to do bid ask, and then you run it like for a few hours. Then when you're comfortable, you can do it overnight, and then you can just go from there. This strategy is quite good. I personally actually want to start doing this as well. I'll talk more about what I do later on, but this seems to be a more safer play, because I like to go in things a bit more size rather than putting 0.1 sol or 1 sol, and then you can still do well like that, but I like to go in something maybe a bit more size, and then even if I'm making less, it's because the returns are still way better than anywhere else you can get risk adjusted. That's that. And then there's multiple threads and tools that you can use. There's a guy called Satsmonk. You want to follow him as well. He's quite good. He's one of the best in the games. He's got a lot of threads, and he also talks about how he does the mid-cap multi-day strategy, the tools he uses, etc. I'll probably do a video on just DLLM tools, but most of them will be linked in the description. To track your PNL, there's LP Agent and LP Ultra, and LP Ultra is quite good because you can manage multiple wallets simultaneously. That's good. And the reason why you want to use multiple wallets is because then you can see your PNL for per strategy or per tool that you use. StatsMonk's got a really good thread. And then, oh yeah, where to find pools. The other thing you might be wondering, where do you find pools, or where can you find the safest pool? Just before I get into that, this is another example of someone doing Fartcoin. They done Fartcoin DLLM, and you can see here he's added 5k liquidity and he made $500. I don't know how long this took, but I'm guessing it wouldn't have taken that long, over 12 days. So you can see he's got 10% in 12 days, which is quite good on a fairly safe coin, Fartcoin, right? It's most likely not going to rug. This is an example of what you can do in the mid-cap multi-day strategy, guys. They're definitely failure. Like I said, I personally want to do this strategy myself. Next up, I think I've showed you this tool before, but there's this website called sonmutura.ai/trending. You could just click on the link. There's no referral link, anything like that. And this usually shows you the most printing pools currently. Most of them are new coins, and most of them are it actually sieves out a lot of the rugs, to be fair, because I've used this site and usually it hasn't given complete rugs. Just compared to the amount of coins, which is like thousands of coins that come out daily, this tool actually sieves a lot of them out. You can actually use this, but what I would say, pair it with the LP Army Discord or somewhere where you find alpha, and then pair it with that, and then you're better off of finding coins that won't rug you. And typically if you're doing this, you don't want to stay in the coin more than like 10, 20, 30 minutes max, guys. These are coins you basically go in and out, hence why that's what the strategy is called. And then lastly, this is the tool, or this is the website I wanted to show you guys, where they have all the different types of strategy. If you're not sure what you want to do, you can try different strategies out. Like I said, me personally, I like the mid-cap one and the in and out one. You guys can try different strategies out. There's ones overnight, and you all want to follow all these guys. What I do, I follow them on Twitter and I see what they tweet about, and I get inspiration and learn from them. Pro tip, you can build their account as well, even when they are replying to other people, because most likely these DLM guys, they have their account just for that. They're not just tweeting everything, and you will see them talking to other people, and then you can see what they're tweeting about, or what, you know, if what they're learning, or you can ask them questions, etc. That's what I do as well. Some of these really good guys, I have them on bell notification, and I just see what they talk about, and I can learn more from them. Yeah, guys. And then lastly, I just want to talk about what I'm personally doing. Personally, like I said, I want to do the more of the manual multi-day one. The reason why I mentioned manual is because I actually started doing copy trading. What I do is I find wallets that are already doing very well, which is a whole nother science and a whole nother video. Therefore, subscribe to my channel for that. My next video is actually going to be on that, how I actually copy people and find the wallets in copying people. Yeah, I mentioned all that. Yeah, that's going to be my next video, guys. What I've been doing, I find wallets that are really good, profitable, and I copy them. There's a few tools you can use. There's a few ways you can even find good wallets. I don't know if I'm going to do two separate wallets or two separate videos or one video, but that's personally what I do. I find that's the best risk reward in terms of effort as well, because doing it manually, and when you're in the trenches, guys, you have to be super active. What I do, I rather find the wallets and then copy them, and I just play a little platform fee, like 0.1 or 0.4% or something like that of the rewards that I make, and it's worked out well for me. I don't want to show my wallet because it will dox my address, and also I'm not going to most likely tell you the exact wallets I follow, because when there's many reasons, but when A, you can find my wallet through that, B, when too many people follow one wallet, the returns get diluted. Yeah, more about that, like how to find a wallet. I'll actually show you guys how I find, you use GMGN liquidity tab. But yeah, guys, hope you got some value from this. I wanted to do another video because it seemed like my last video got some attention. People seem to like this. Thought I'd give you guys more value. And yeah, subscribe for the next video. I'm going to talk about exactly how I copy DLLM other people. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.